Hello, and welcome back to Miss Rosie's class. Today we're going to talk about emotional expression and helping kids learn to express their feelings in healthy ways. Now, we've talked before about modeling, or setting a good example for kids, and how important and valuable that can be. So we can model healthy emotional expression by talking honestly with our kids about our own feelings and emotions. If we're upset, we can say, I'm feeling a little frustrated right now, or I might need a minute to cool down. I don't know why, it seems like a lot of adults feel the need to hide our feelings from kids, like we need to be perfect all the time. When we act like we don't go through that same process of struggling with our emotions that kids do, we're really just missing out on an opportunity to connect with them and show them healthy ways of coping with those feelings. Aside from just modeling healthy emotional skills, there are a couple of other ways we can help our kids work through their feelings. One way that can be challenging for a lot of parents is to just take a step back. If we actually allow kids to have and experience their emotions instead of trying to cover them up with distractions or prevent them from happening in the first place, then kids are going to be better equipped to handle those emotions and any other ones that come up in the future. Try not to jump in and fix their feelings for them. Emotions are part of being human, and when we deny kids the opportunity to work through their feelings on their own, we're doing them a huge disservice. Now, I know it can be really hard to watch our kids going through these big feelings, especially ones like anger or sadness, and just not do anything to help at all. So there is one thing you can do that won't take away from their ability to handle it on their own. You can just be there for them and validate what they're going through. You might say something like, I can see that you're feeling really upset right now, or I know you can handle this on your own, but I'll be over here if you need my help. This shows your child that you're not ignoring them. You know they're having a hard time and you're there for them, but you're also not trying to deny the experience that they're having or belittle it somehow or act like you know this grand solution that's going to fix everything. Instead, you're empowering them to work through it on their own so that they know that they can handle anything that comes their way. Now, when we're talking about emotions with kids, the way that we phrase certain things can make a huge difference in how they understand feelings. For example, the sentence, I am sad, is very different from the sentence, I feel sad. In the first sentence, sad is my whole identity in that moment, and it feels very permanent. It feels like that's just who I am. I'm sad. But when I say I feel sad, I'm recognizing that it's a feeling, it's an emotion, and it's temporary. So even though it's still very real, I know I'm not going to feel that way forever. Now, the same goes for making the distinction between feelings and actions. A lot of times, kids feel like they're not allowed to feel angry. And usually that's because, at some point or other, they've noticed a relationship between anger and unacceptable behavior. So you can be very clear that it's always okay to feel any emotions that come up, including anger. But it's never okay to hit someone, for example, because they could get hurt. The action itself is not acceptable, ever, and the feeling doesn't have anything to do with it. Whether you hit someone because you feel angry or you hit them for no reason at all, the action is just as unacceptable in either scenario. The feeling, any feeling, is always allowed, and there's always a healthy way to deal with it. Thank you so much for joining me again in Miss Rosie's class, and I'll see you next time.
Studycat!